What about burning things like sage or Palo Santo to get rid of evil spirits, negative energy, that sort of thing? Okay? Long story short, don't do it. Those things are not of God. There's in the spiritual realm, there's only two forces. There's the kingdom of God and the kingdom of darkness. When you do these things that are not of Christ, there's no mention of Christians burning sage or anything like that. It comes from a whole different spiritual tradition. When you engage in these things, you're coming out of the covering of the authority of Jesus Christ. You're coming out of the kingdom of God and trying to operate in the spiritual realm. You're already in the kingdom of dark. You're starting out in the kingdom of darkness. So that's why I say do not do these things. Now, if you're a Christian, if you've done these things in the past, hey, if you did them out of ignorance, in other words, you didn't know any better, hey, God has you covered with grace. You haven't done some kind of unpardonable sin or something like that. Just, hey, God, I'm sorry. You can say you renounce that. I'm sure God's already, it's not a deal with him now, but for your own conscious sake, just say, hey, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm not going to engage in that. You can say, hey, if there's anything in here, any kind of evil spirit, get out, okay? So don't be overly worried about that, but please don't engage in these things, especially knowingly. Now, some people might say, yeah, okay, well, I believe you about the evil spirits, but what about negative energy or something like that? There is no spiritual force of energy that's just hanging around, okay? That doesn't exist. If you walk into a house and you're feeling negative energy there, in a spiritual sense, people mean different things by that. They may just feel the tension in there, picking up on subconscious cues of the people. But let's say you walk into just a house that's empty of people and you just have a negative feeling, however you want to describe that. I'm not trying to teach a class here. I'm just saying you're really feeling this oppression. That's probably going to be a spirit. That's not some sort of energy that's just hanging around that's impersonal. There's no impersonal things in the spiritual world. It's either a good spirit from the kingdom of God or an evil spirit. These things have personalities. They're creations. They're not just some kind of impersonal thing like electricity that's hanging around. Now, some people might say, well, you know what, though, Michael? My grandmother, she did X, Y, Z with sage or whatever, and then this happened and blah, blah, blah. Okay? My answer to that, without insulting your grandma, is that spirits are extremely deceptive. They deceive. That's their number one thing, is deception. So I would question if anything good really became of it, because spirits can trick you. They have personalities. They've been doing this for a long time. They can, disappear from this area and come over into this area of your life to make you think something's happened. They're very deceptive. So, long story short, please don't do these things. Come to Christ. Operate in the authority of Jesus Christ, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.